in the middle of the show, we started talking about, I don't know how it came up, but he said he used to work for the FBI, and then he got out of that shit, and then he started working with Brian Simmons and with Grappler's Quest and all that stuff. And I go, so what do you think about? He started telling me how that when he had like shit jobs, like he goes, FBI is not glamorous, dude. When 911 happened, guess what I had? I had bucket duty. I had me at ground zero, just putting shit. I was doing nothing. There was no investigative work. We were just all out there, just picking up trash, man. It's like he was like talking about the FBI being.
Can you imagine how much time it took to clean up 200-story skyscrapers of garbage?
Dude, that would have taken like 100,000 Mexicans. They would have finished that shit in like a month. But anyways,
had to go there.
He's allowed to say
he's
Mexican.
Ladies.
I take advantage of that.
He's Mexican.
I'm liberal with that. But he was telling me this, like, fuck. It was like we were on bucket patrol. FBI is so not glamorous. It's not like it is in the movies, bro. Trust me. And I go, so what do you think about Tower 7, man? What do you think? And he goes, what do you mean Tower 7? I go, you know that Tower 7, there was a third tower that went down, didn't get hit by a plane. There's a third one that went down. And I said, the CIA had offices in there, Navy intelligence, Enron, all that. And he goes, oh, man, you know what? They're probably just getting rid of a lot of evidence, man. That's what he said. He goes up top, they're just trying to get rid of. That's what he didn't even know about it.
Could you imagine if that's really what they did? If they rigged the building to explode to get rid of evidence,
shady stuff that they've been.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
Involved in.
Do you think? I mean, how deep are you willing to take it? Are you willing to take?
That's what the guy told
me.
This is what the guy told me. You know what I mean? And this guy.
No, well, that makes sense with that building. But how deep are you willing to take it? Are you willing to take it? Do you believe that they could have let 9/11 happen? They could have let those people fly those planes into those buildings?
Well, I think I would, if I had to guess, it would be something similar to what they were going to do in Cuba. They were already going to do something like that, and like even Vietnam and Pearl Harbor. They government first. Maybe it's not even the government. It's people over the government. They need reasons to get into war. We need the people behind it. We need people waving American flags. So, it's standard building empires 101.
Yeah, they actually moved some of their warships out of the Navy base in Hawaii because they knew that they were going to be attacked. They moved valuable ships
Americans did not want to get into World War II. We got into World War II after the Japanese raided Pearl Harbor.
But we had known, the Japanese, apparently the government supposedly had known. I mean, this was on the History Channel. They were talking about it.
Yeah, now back then it was a conspiracy theory. Yeah. Now it's mainstream knowledge now that America knew about it, and they let it happen. They go, perfect, let them come in here.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They needed to get into the war.
Can you imagine the mindset that you have to allow U.S. soldiers to die? Allow them to die knowing that you're going to manipulate the whole situation and bring people into war now.
Northwoods, explain that really quick. I mean, this is
1962, the Joint Chiefs of Staff signed a document that was what they were going to do is they were going to arm Cuban friendlies and have them attack Guantanamo Bay. Could have easily killed U.S. soldiers, right? They were going to put a drone plane in the air and blow it up and blame it on the Cubans, and that was going to make people want to go to war with Cuba. There was all these different things that they were doing to get people enthusiastic about going to war with Cuba.
That's real.
Yeah, it's real.
That's a fact.
Signed by the Joint Chiefs. It wasn't like an idea that someone came up with that everybody was like, get the fuck out of here. No, they signed it.
They put it together.
Kennedy.
This is a plan.
Yeah. Kennedy vetoed it.
So it's happened before. It happened with Northwoods. It happened in Pearl Harbor, and
no one went to jail. That's what's really important, man.
Getting into Vietnam, that was all shady. That was like some fake attack.
Look how we got into Iraq and Afghanistan.
Exactly.
I mean, I had a whole bit about that. Yeah. About like that people would be like, "What?"
They from 911.
Yeah. How did? Yeah, but sure, but it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine last night. He's a really good guy, but he's like real kind of rah. And we were having this conversation about why we're in Afghanistan. I go, do you see a threat in Afghanistan? When was the last time they even talked about like the war in Afghanistan being because there's a threat? And you know what I hear about Afghanistan? I hear about trillions of dollars in minerals. I hear about 90% of the world's opium. I hear about natural gas pipelines that the Soviet Union wants to control. I hear about all these incredible resources that this place has. Yeah. And then the whole country's like in this state of chaos. You know, I mean, it's like one city and then a bunch of like warlords, man. Like what?
Yeah.
What we're over there for what reason?
It's
What are we doing?
It's basically like if your wife cheated on you 3 times over your marriage, and then there's all this evidence that she's doing it again, and you're like, no way, she would never do it. She would never do it. Wait, there's evidence. It's not just we have like video evidence of her sucking a dick, and you don't think she's cheating. Oh, it was the lighting and the shadows, bro.
You know
what I mean?
Photoshop, bro.
Yeah, it's not real. I could do that. Anybody could do that.
CGI, man. So he's the enemy.
I mean, our government has done this several times. It's a fact.
Yeah.
And no, 911 was not. That's insane. Tower 7 went down like a controlled demo. No plane hit it. Oh, it was a fire. Like, Jesus Christ. That's incredible.
But it's way sexier to think that it was a controlled demo. It's way sexier to think that there's a bunch of dudes sitting there and they go, pull it, and they hit the button and the whole thing implodes.
Dude.
And then they go, don't worry about it. Who's gonna know? We're gonna have to talk about this. Don't worry about it. I got it covered.
Yeah. You know, I wish our government, like every day, our officials woke up and it's like, you know, we got to get together and we got to make it better for the people. What are we going to do? We're going to make the best country ever. You know what I mean? We're going to make the best country.
Sounds like an ABC after school special on the presidency.
You know what I mean? I wish it was like that.
That's how it was in 1776.
I mean, look at JFK and all that shit. You put it all together, and our government has, every government, really, it's just like every government basically has a history.